that again tonight. Tip time from Boulder at the CU Event Center. Tip is tapped to the sideline. It goes out off of the Buffs. Nice hustle play on this near sideline, and the tip by Zach Block will earn possession for UNC. The Bears got a win in their opener. Probably weren't in love with their performance that night, but they got a 20-point win.
Yeah, they didn't play well in the first half either, but they were just really much a better team than their opponent on Monday. You know, Dak got the tip, but he didn't tip it to his teammate. He tipped it out of bounds.
UNC and the Darks, unis tonight on the road, diving in the corner, keeping that thing in play. It was Isaiah Hawthorne. Shot clock under 3, fling it up, no good on the 3 try, and the Buffs have the rebound with Ruffin. Starters for Colorado: Hammond, Dak, Ruffin, Malone, and Yakimovsky, who has the basketball right now on the left wing.
Same starting lineup they had on Monday night against Eastern Washington.
Working on the throwdown, backside denial from Isaiah Hawthorne. Hawthorne fouled him, good drive.
And that's something Yakimovsky did not do a lot of at Washington State, was drive to the hoop like that. You see him take it very strong, went for the dunk, got hit from behind. And at Washington State, he was mostly a spot-up three-point shooter, about 6 or 7 attempts per game. Here at Colorado, is going to have an opportunity to do more than that.
First foul of the night leads to free throws. Andre at the line rolls it out. One more coming for those of you who are missing the dulcet tones of Mark Johnson. He had to make the decision to head with the football team earlier because of the weather. He was planning to be here tonight, make the drive down to Lubbock, kind of doing the grind. And
then the road trip.
Yeah, the weather changed it up. So Tad Boyle's the head coach. My name's Thad. Just throw an H in there. Add that to Tad. He grew up in Greeley. I grew up in Fort Morgan. We're almost the same guy. No, not quite. Malone down to the floor, and the battle is on. Elijah fighting for it, and the Buffs take it away. Ruffin running left side.
First to the floor usually gets the ball. In that case, it was Elijah Malone.
Drive, deflection, picked it up, try to put it in. Yakimovsky working hard underneath. Couldn't get anything out of that.
You see another aggressive drive there by Yakimovsky, though. UNC is not going to have the same team speed and athleticism that Colorado is.
UNC starting lineup, you see across the bottom of your screen. Block and Wisney, Reilly, Hawthorne, Lukic, Gavrich are the starters. Reilly handling it, flings a pass that is errant off the hand of Zach Block and into the lap of Tad Boyle.
Very good one-on-one defense there by Yakimovsky. Moves his feet. As he went up, the jump shooter would have gotten it blocked if he didn't throw it out of bounds like that.
299 wins at CU. Obviously, one win different from 299 to 300 mathematically, and it's one more, but cool milestones. Might get that tonight. 3 on the way, no good from Bengot Dak.
I thought Bengot rushed that shot a little bit.
3 from Wisney is no good. It's 1-0. Yakimovsky goes to the floor working for the rebound. Whistle comes there and a foul. And the rebound foul goes against Isaiah Hawthorne. He's got, is that his second?
You saw Brock Wisney for UNC take that three-pointer. That's really not his game. He's a good back-to-the-basket guy, uses his strength inside very well.
Left side working and putting it away. Elijah Malone, the 6'10 graduate student.
Elijah, good job of muscling that ball up. Shot fake got Brock Wisney frozen in his tracks.
So now it's 3-0. 2.5 minutes in. There's a finger roll down. First points Langston Reynolds from Denver and Colorado Prep.
The UNC has 6 Colorado players on their roster. Colorado has 5. So well represented here in this game tonight, our Colorado high schools.
Bengot Dak gets some separation. Didn't get the finish. Ruffin battles for it and earns possession, knocking that away from and off of Luka Kolcheg.
You saw one disadvantage of Bangkok's lean body frame there. As he went up, the bump, he got knocked off balance there. Did not have a good shot attempt because of it.
Steve Smiley, head coach for UNC, working the sideline. He was a two-time All-Stater at Pomona High School. Led the state in assists his junior season of high school basketball, did the Bears head coach Steve Smiley, now in his 5th year leading the Bears. Pomona well represented with the past and the present, or the recent past. Tonight, on the way, 3 good, and the Bears with Zach Block knock it down, take the lead.
Quick release by Block there. Just touched it and got it up quick.
Sees Trevor Baskin, also a Pomona guy. Spin and roll it home. Nice move for Bangkok Dak.
Bangkok so long. When he gets in there like that, he can really extend up above the defender.
Jaron really charged with a lot of ball handling duty here. I know on the CU side, that's one thing they want to do tonight is take care of the ball a little better than Monday night. Get off to a good start. We're 4 minutes in, each team with 5 points. Deep 3, good. Nice looking stroke, left-handed finish there from Reilly.
He's about 7, 8 feet behind the 3-point line there. That's NBA range.
He's had some pressure on the handle so far tonight. Got a wide open look, but he had to step it back, like you said, Scotty. Got away from the defense just by going backwards. Dak can't answer on the 3. Really runs it down, keeps it in. Bears go right away again, rattled away from Luka Kolchak.
You see UNC is not shy about putting up 3-pointers.
Ruffin feeds the right side block to Dak. Nice finish.
So we got Bangkok 2 for 2 on inside moves and 0 for 2 from 3-point range. So he may take that as a little bit of something to think about there when he gets his first break.
It would appear that he can have his way inside unless some adjustments are made. That would be good advice. 3 Buffs waiting to check in at the next horn. 5, 6, and 35 waiting as the Bears get a drive and a bucket from Langston Reynolds. Smith, Baskin, and Jope will check in at the next horn.
Being able to do a one-on-one defense without getting beat is something Tab really preaches, and that was not a good defense down there as Elijah Malone makes a nice spin move underneath and scores with a 3-point opportunity.
Reverse, Malone, Elijah, he'll shoot a free throw. First, though, a timeout in Boulder. Buffalo's looking to tie it up with a free throw after this finish from Elijah Malone, and 1. UNC 10, CU 9 at the first stoppage, 14:34 to go. First half, Tad Boyle facing a program that he was launched in a lot of ways. I mean, he had a lot of different launching points, but a really cool launching point at UNC in Greeley, and that's where he played his high school ball, Greeley Central. You see some photos from Tad Boyle's time leading the Bears from 06 to 10.
Well, Tad, got his real first head coaching job there at Northern Colorado, so he's very thankful for that. He's mentioned that many times that, that they were the first to trust in him, and then he could jump from there to here, and it was a big jump, but he's done a great job here, and I'm a big fan of Tad Boyle.
The time he took the CU job, he said, "This is it. This is my dream job. It's a destination job." Malone hits that and one, ties the game at 10. Buff subs are in for the first time on the night. Tad Boyle, he played at Greeley Central High. He goes to Kansas. He comes back and coached at the prep level in Longmont and Loveland, and moved back to the college ranks. And now this run here, going for his 300th win tonight at CU. Yakimovsky three, too strong. Baskin hit the boards hard on Monday. Couldn't pull that one away from a couple Bears.
And the thing I always kind of top off when I'm talking about Tad, is he did it the right way. He does it the right way. They run their program the right way, I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Deep ball that flattened out on the side of the rim and fell away from Marcel McCreary. Tie game at 10. Buffs would like to take the lead back right here. Stuck underneath. It'll stay down here with 18 seconds to shoot. Kind of got trapped underneath Hassan Jope.
Yeah, as a post player, you don't want to get behind the backboard. You decrease your options. You want to stay out in front of the basket. He got himself in a pickle there. Lucky to maintain possession.
Corner three ball, no good, and the cold deep shot falls away.
Colorado's getting good looks from the three, but hasn't knocked one down yet.
Yeah, they have been good looks. Lost it on the way up. Good approach defensively by R.J. Smith, but really he just kind of watched and the ball came loose. Back to the corner, nice touch pass. Yakimovsky takes it and scores inside. That's where it's been good for CU.
Yakimovsky's showing real good strength there, able to maintain balance with that tough rebound in traffic.
Isaiah Hawthorne does have 2 fouls now for UNC. One for Brock Wisney. I was double checking that. Make sure we had the count right. Hawthorne with 2. Left side, backing in with the dribble, picked it up, and soft pass easily taken away. And now poked back away from Yakimovsky. Little contact on the other side to Relay. He'll bring it up. Action back and forth. Another missed deep ball, and Baskin has the rebound of the miss by McCreary.
Good move, but didn't finish.
Yeah, I got an emotional roller coaster here for the fans. Ooh, and ah. Still stuck at 12-10. Offense is not clicking. 2 subs each way. Await at the table on the next stop. Spin, fall away. Nice play there by Zach Block. Finds some space and finish. Now take away. Buff sloppy with it, really. Can he hit the three? Wow.
Yakimovsky really careless with the inbounds pass. Didn't see the guy waiting laying in the weeds, as we say.
Coach Boyle, frustration, telling his guys, slow it up a minute, take a breath, focus up here. Sloppy inbound pass. Whistle before that shot. Of course, that one went in, no bucket. And the offensive side whistle is Hassan Jope, and that'll go to a break. 3 does not count. Bears lead it by 3 in Boulder. Buffalo's foul on the offensive end keeps the score at 15-12. Jope was whistled for movement on his screen attempt.
Yeah, when you're working on those in practice, you wait for the screen if you're coming off the screen, which Andre Makowski is moving a little bit too soon. And then as the setter of the screen, Jope, you have to keep your feet set. Do not stick your hip out. As you saw, he moved his right hip into that guy coming out, trying to go around the screen. So both of them at fault on that play.
The Buffs are 0 for 5 from three-point range. Of course, that one went in. It was whistled off. Baskin goes up, denied the shot. Second try, couldn't get away. Good defense. Under the rim, corner. There's one. Took a different guy to try it. Sebastian Ronchik from 3.
Yeah, he hit 4 the other night in his first college game. He's a 6'10" guy that really has perfect jump shooting form. I like what I see from him.
Good lane denial there from Felix Caceres. Knocked away the pass. 15 all, chance for the lead and take it. R.J. Smith, who made his first appearance since November of 2023 on Monday, had missed 30 games with injury. Good to have him back. He'll put the Buffs on top.
And Tad's going to play 10, 11 guys here, probably even before half.
Foot slip from McCreary. Luckily, he's back up. Couldn't tell if he hurt himself. Lost a foot underneath himself. Kept it alive and really does it again from deep.
Well, he's looked good here, Thad, on both ends of the floor. He's been aggressive and making plays for his team.
Ronchik taking contact inside. Caceres surveys. Ronchik pops up. Smith left side. Trevor Baskin double teamed and Trevor lost it out of bounds. He's asking for a foul. He's not getting it.
Rancic didn't like the call. He had something to say to the referee, and they're not going to have that. That's something that the coaches have been working on with him, to not speak to the refs, just play the next play. And you can see he's got a little ways to go with still.
Up it comes with Jaron Reilly. He's hit a couple threes. Got to extend out on him. He's gone deep for his threes, so the Buffs have to respect that now. Bounce pass off the heel of R.J. Smith. It'll stay with UNC. Javon Ruffin back in along with Elijah Malone for the Buffaloes, and 23 Isaiah Hawthorne with 2 fouls in his ledger re-enters for the Bears.
Now you mentioned Reilly, he's only 6'2", I believe, and he's got 9 points, 4 rebounds already.
Grad student from Australia, in it goes with authority. 2017 Bears on top after the giveaway on the other end by CU. Wisney throws it down. Pass deflected away, really out of bounds play, not defended.
Yeah, you see Brock Wisney faces up here against, fakes the pass and goes right to the hoop against Malone. Really poor defense by Elijah Malone.
Taken away from Ronchik, and the Bears are building confidence with each defensive stop. Leading by 3. He got himself in some trouble there. McCreary forced the issue. Baskin runs into 3 defenders. Fortunate to get that back out. Takes a bump. Finds Ronchik up top 3. That's, might have scraped iron, and out it goes.
That was a good closeout by the UNC defender there, and Ronchik's got to learn to either move it on one more pass, or pass fake or shot fake and go, get off the dribble there.
Egan Shields just checked in for UNC, and back in is Bengot Dak for Colorado.
You know, UNC's up 3, and they already have 5 turnovers. 6 turnovers. That's one thing that will get them out of the game, is turning the ball over.
McCreary has not been shy about shooting it, had it poked away. This guy's been good with it, and it continues. The Australian daggers.
4 threes already for Reilly.
Jaron Reilly. He's the nightmare so far in their opening game to win. 0 for 1 from deep was Reilly. Had 9 boards in that game, but didn't have much of an offensive outing. Had 4 points. He's been lights out so far.
See Colorado shooting a lot of threes, and Tad doesn't mind that, but he likes to go inside first. He calls it inside out. Don't see them getting the ball in the post as much as he would probably like.
Defense respecting Jaron Reilly. He pounds the dribble, 5 seconds to shoot. Now 3, over defense. Ron Cheek saves it back in. It'll cross the midcourt line, back into the hands of the Bears.
That's actually a really smart play there. Got a 50-50 chance of getting that, running that down. So
yeah, you don't want to throw it shallow. Good job of getting it back towards center court. At least if your team doesn't get it, you don't give up. You basically don't give up an assist to the other team. Whistle and a defending foul by Javon Ruffin. It's going to bring a horn in the re-entry of Andre Yakimovsky, but first a timeout. The Bears up by 6, giving the Buffs some trouble. Long winning streak for Colorado, and the Bears try to do something about it tonight.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light, choose chill.
Get ready, Buffs fans. The Colorado men's basketball team is back in the Big 12, and tickets are available now for all home games. Lock in your seats at the CU Event Center to cheer on the Buffs as they face Colorado State, Iowa State, Houston, Kansas, and more this season. Get your tickets now at cubuffs.com or call 303-492-8282. Don't miss out on any of the action as the Colorado Buffaloes rejoin the premier basketball conference in the country.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Now, buy F-150 with 0.9 financing plus $2,000 cash back, or lease F-150 for just $399.
Don't miss your chance to be part of the electric atmosphere at Folsom Field this fall. Tickets are still available to cheer on Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes football team in 2 November home games. Saturday, November 16th, the Buffs take on Utah. Then join CU for Senior Day on Black Friday, November 29th, as the regular season concludes against the Oklahoma State Cowboys. Get your tickets now at cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282.
There's nothing chill about a hot, sweaty line. Unless you add mountain cold refreshment. Coors Light, choose chill.
Most people won't change the world, but then again, most people won't call the Flatirons their backyard and send their work to space and become household names, because it takes the right kind of bold to see the bigger picture and the smallest and move faster, like way faster, and push more, make more, change more. Don't be like most, be more.
UNC up by 6, 7:35 left first half from Boulder on ESPN+. Last night, these same two programs matched up in women's basketball, and a fantastic honor. Seal Berry's Women's Basketball Hall of Fame banner was unveiled with the coach surprised, not knowing that was happening. She was calling the game with me, spent time at midcourt. Over 500 wins in 26 seasons for Seal Berry. Well over 400 of those in 22 years right here in this arena, and a fantastic tribute to Coach Seal Berry, then a longtime administrator after her coaching days for CU women's basketball. I know you got to know her, Scott, during your time playing here.
Yeah, I used to see her a lot down in the weight room down at the football area. They call it Dow Ward Center, and had some good talks about basketball with Seal.
Ruffin drives, gets contact, and free throws coming, and a grimace from Javon as he went to the floor. Back up and hops it off.
Nice move by Javon, who is healthy for the first time in his college career this year. See it taking strong to the hoop, absorbing some pretty good contact there from the defenders. While you were talking about CL2 on the other end, we had a moving screen by number 23, UNC, and he's out at Hawthorne. 2 fouls now. Very similar to the Jope foul that got called earlier.
Get the first free throw. Yeah, I think that's 3 for Hawthorne, right?
Is it 3?
Yeah,
wow.
3rd foul.
So probably won't see him for the rest of the half now.
Yeah, over 7 minutes left in the first. That's in 5 minutes, 3 fouls. Rough night. That's a brutal thing as a player. You all day you wait and you get out here, you get 5 minutes in, you got 3 and you're sitting.
I remember that happened to me a lot as a freshman. As a UNC couldn't get it in, they called a timeout. And my senior year, I didn't get as much foul trouble, and I felt I played the same way, just a little more respect from the referees.
Young guy teaching you to wait your time a little bit. So one thing I wanted to get in, you and I talked at the Pomona-Pittsburgh game a little bit, and we were talking about you retiring from your education career at Horizon, and I just love educators. I appreciate people who do that, who commit to that and help the young folks. So belated, congratulations on the retirement, and thank you for the years of educating.
Yeah, 24 years I was a teacher, and in fact, my last 20 years at Horizon, where Brock Wisney, the big man for UNC, went to school. He has multiple brothers and sisters. His sister played at Horizon, also played at University of Purdue. And Brock's having a good career here at UNC. I like when Colorado kids are successful in state.
Yeah. There's a guy coaching in his home state, the head coach for UNC. I mentioned earlier, Steve Smiley prepped at Pomona, was the valedictorian of his class at Pomona, along with a 2-time all-state basketball performer. 5th year leading the Bears. You got 2 guys who prepped in Colorado, coaching against each other. I know you like that showcase of Colorado talent on the court.
Yeah, these in-state games are really good for the state high school programs, I believe. It's a chance to see in-state kids doing well on in-state programs in college.
Elijah Malone working back to the left side through Caceres. Now to Dak. Deep for Ruffin. Too strong.
Colorado's had chances to shot fake at those closeouts and attack those guys. We'll see if they do that in the second half after discussions with the coaches. Bears driving in with 10 on the shot clock, and they got bailed out a little bit with a wild spinning move into the lane. You can see the UNC players attacking the rim hard. Strong moves here. I'm impressed with what I'm seeing from UNC so far offensively.
Yeah, you know what? Correct myself. That was less on the replay. Nice work on the camera work. Less wild from my angle. It looked a little wild, but that was not bad control on the spin move. Well earned. Free throws here. Langston Reynolds missed the first. Buffs have a couple subs. R.J. Smith, Julian Hammond the third.
You saw Ruffin get his 2nd foul there, so he'll probably be out for the rest of the half as well. Tad usually goes, when guys get 2 fouls, they don't play till the second half.
Second free throw better, and it's 24-19 plus 5 on the scoreboard for UNC. Ruffin 2 fouls in 9 minutes of play for Javon. Hit a couple free throws. He's got 2 points. He's on the bench now.
Not a great crowd here tonight. Weather has something to do with that, I'm sure.
I was about to ask you a minute ago, how do you feel about the snow? Hammond missed it.
As I get older and older with that, I like winter less and less.
You grew up in Iowa, rural Iowa. You probably dealt with some cold, a whole different deal with the young joints.
And I was a farm boy, so I was outside in it a lot.
Did you have livestock you had to feed in the cold?
Yeah, we had over 100 cows.
Hey. Malone from straight up downtown. Big one for Elijah Malone.
First 3 he's had here at Colorado, but they have talked about that he does have that range.
Buffalo's now 2 of 10 from 3-point range. Good job by Elijah taking that shot. He had the look and he went with it. Good finish, some contact there going up. Ball bounces in for Egan Shields.
Yakimovsky just a half second late on that help defense from the weak side. Good job by number 33, Shields, to finish there for UNC.
Yeah, he stayed with that shot, saw the contact coming, but like you said, a little late. He stayed through his finish. Got the bucket. Malone underneath. Nice attempted finish. He'll get his own self-serve rebound in a basket.
Good job following his own miss there. The rebound was against Greeley, so he had the advantage on the rebound.
Rebounding situation right now. 13 for UNC, 13 for the Buffs.
Those are the kind of three-point shots Coach Boyle likes. Inside out, get into the paint, draw the help, kick it out for good looks from the perimeter.
Rebounding even at 13. The Bears have 7 assists on 10 field goals. Buffs with 4. There's a missed interior look and a chase down offensive rebound. Another miss. And now had it. And a tie-up. Good effort by the Bears, making it hard on the Buffs on the defensive end.
Joe brought the ball down when he got that rebound where the guard could get hands on it. But when you, as a referees, when you let that contact happen on a rebound, eventually those guys start swinging their bows to clear it. And that's why you have to call those contacts on rebounds.
The arrow favoring CU. 4:12 to go. A horn upcoming here. It'll be a stop in play. Buffs down by 2. Been playing from behind for a good portion of this first half, and a whistle against Colorado.
Boy, they are really calling those moving screens. Without a lot of contact, they may be moving, but the rule is you have to have contact to create a foul, and there's very little contact there.
Hassan Diop, second foul. 2 for Hassan. 4 fouls whistled against CU. 5 committed by UNC.
I think of those 9 fouls, I think 4 of them have been offensive fouls.
And 1. Nice finish. Marcel McCrary, transfer from Air Force Academy. McCrary put it away.
A good backdoor cut there by McCrary and a good pass. Bad defense by Trevor Baskin there. And he made it worse by touching the back there to get the three-point play opportunity.
Northern Colorado picked 3rd or 4th in the preseason polling for the Big Sky, depending which poll you look at. So they're up the top of that heap. Colorado rejoining the Big 12. Media days in Kansas City a couple weeks ago in the Big 12 preseason polling with the Buffaloes jumping into a power conference. That's how the poll looks. Kansas, the biggest matchup of the night tonight, by the way, against North Carolina, number 1 versus number 9. Kansas won 92-89 in an offensive throwdown. Kansas picked to win the Big 12 in that preseason poll.
Yeah, 3 of the top 5, top 25 teams were from the Big 12. Colorado gets another offensive foul called here on the screen. That's the 3rd one they've had in the first half. And 5 of the top 10 from the Big 12. So most people agree right now the Big 12 is the strongest conference in the country in the basketball realm.
Yeah. It's a sturdy challenge for a heavy turnover roster for Tad Boyle. Doesn't mean they're not talented. They've got some length, athleticism. Troy Andre does great work on sports information. Thanks, Troy, for the assistance leading into this game. Whistle, and this will go offensively against UNC. Go the other way, no bucket.
Yeah, you saw number 6 there had good post position, but as he took a dribble, he extended that off arm, actually knocked Julian Hammond back with it. They called the offensive foul. Good call.
Troy Andre talking about he thinks CU's going to sneak up on a couple people, but you know when you're picked 15th in the poll, that's more likely because you might get underestimated. He thinks seeing what he's seen early preseason from this team, this is a Buff squad that can get a couple of those upper level teams.
It's not so much of an indictment of Colorado where they're at, it's how strong the conference is.
Yeah. Yeah, the number of teams that may see the tournament from the Big 12 out of 16 teams could be a hefty number when March rolls around.
Here's an interesting statistic that's in the notes for the games. In the Big 12, number of current players, former conference players in the NBA, Arizona leads the Big 12 with 12. Kansas has 11, Baylor 11, and then Colorado with 7 current players in the NBA. So
yeah, Colorado
picked to finish near the bottom, but they are among the top player conferences as Julian hits the first free throw. As far as numbers of former players currently playing in the NBA.
Yeah, 3 players drafted last year.
Plus 2 head coaches are former Buffs.
Yeah.
Chauncey Billups and Jamal Mosley.
Portland and Orlando, if I have that.
Yes. Mosley at Orlando and Billups at Portland Trailblazers. I like Colorado picking up full court here and just trying to pick up the pace a little bit, bother UNC, get them out of their offense maybe.
Foul by Wisney led to 2 good free throws for CU. Buffalo's back within 2. Subs in for CU, Felix Caceres and Sebastian Ronchik. There is the top 25 that you're talking about, Scott. Kansas, Houston, Iowa State, Baylor, Arizona, Cincinnati. Sprinkled 6 of them in the top 25. Travel and a turnover.
Yeah, shot fake and go there, but didn't keep his feet set as he did that shot fake and go. And, I can tell you from experience that when you go into Arizona, not many teams are going to win down in Arizona. And they're not even they're number 4 in the conference as far as rankings go.
You talk about some great home arenas to play in this conference. Big fun. Offensive board. Baskin does gymnastics after that, or tumbling, I guess maybe more accurately.
Baskin was our interview on the post-game radio show the other night. He's did a nice job on the interview, and nice young man from Pomona. Played 4 years at Western Colorado, and a multi-skilled 6'8", 6'9" player that can do a lot of different things on the floor.
He'll try to shoot free throws here and even up the score. 28-26 Bears. Baskin, first one. Short. UNC sub is Luka Kolcheg. One more free throw for Trevor Baskin. 12 points, 6 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks in 22 minutes on Monday in his CU debut. Dreamed of playing here growing up, came to games as a kid. Hit the second, made it a 1-point game.
And I think he'll be the first to tell you that, looking back, he probably wasn't ready for Power 5 conference when he got out of high school, but he grew, got stronger, got better, and now he is.
That free throw, the first point of the night for Baskin, has the Buffs within one, trying to play some D here. Fans trying to miscount the shot clock, and they might have caused a little bit of stress. They were counting about 7 seconds ahead of the reality through the courtside seats on a diving save try by Kolchak. Stay with CU on the inbound on the side.
R.J. Smith trying to kick it ahead there to Baskin, but the defense tried to intercept it, stepped on the out-of-bounds line as they did so.
Everybody okay over there? Coming in hot. Ronchik had it down at his waist before he went up for the shot. Hustles it back. Baskin standing there, got it, trying to get rid of it, and the Bears stay feisty.
They're letting him play here.
Wow, that was an ill-advised pass, but it almost worked. Nearly threaded the needle. We'll hear him, scare him at times up and down the court.
You see the Buffs here have at all times they have 3 guys out there. Usually they're 6'8" or bigger, and they do right now. 3 young guys.
Kolchak, 3. Rattled away. Nice rebound by Baskin, sealing off. Threes have been the difference in the first half. That's why UNC's up by 1. They've shot it more and better than CU. Not there. Go deep for Hassan Job.
Job did a good job. It took his time. He had plenty of space. Nice release and follow through to get that 3.
Buffaloes. Tough work. Got themselves back in the lead at 30-28 with 1:13 and ticking to go in the first half. Trying to answer. Kolchak got a pretty good look a moment ago. That one not as good. Way off on the shot. Baskin going to go at it. And Baskin is whistled for the foul offensively.
Yeah, I think that was the right call.
Second foul for Trevor Baskin.
Baskin likes to do that Euro step, and the defender was ready for that, was waiting for it.
Yeah, pretty nice take there defensively by Zach Block, the senior from Lawrence, Kansas. Played at Colorado Prep. Block set up through the offensive foul. Under 1 minute to go. Bears in possession, down by 2.
See, you've done a good job here on defensive end of stepping up the pressure, moving it, pushing it out further.
Nice work to the glass, working left to right, Marcel McCrary.
He's a thick guy. He looks like he can play some football.
McCrary trying to sell a shove by Ronchik over, not quite a flop. It was a shoulder jerk. Timeout taken on the CU side, a short timeout they'll take here to talk about it with 29.6 to go.
Kind of a half-effort flop there, wasn't it?
He started it, and I think he realized, like, this doesn't look good at all. He's going to hold up on that one. 30-30 is the count. What do you think, Scott? What have you seen here in this first half of play?
Well, other than that last move that he made there, Colorado's done a good job of pushing the UNC offense further out on the floor. UNC having a harder time getting into the flow like they did early in the game, but I like what I see from UNC. My first impression is they're a better team than I saw from Eastern Washington on Monday night.
Interesting, yeah. Eastern Washington has won the last 2 regular season titles in the Big Sky. I know they lost a lot of players, a different roster going on. UNC has been in the hunt. They had a disappointing loss in the first round of the Big Sky tournament last year. Went to the CBI, did the Bears. They've competed well tonight, trying to defend here in a tie contest under 30 seconds left first half.
And the Buffs' usual advantage of high altitude really does not give them much of an advantage on UNC.
Yeah, it paid off on Monday against Eastern Washington. Don't expect that to result in the second half tonight. Nice finish underneath, reverse, and put it down for 2, Felix Caceres.
Caceres, such length there from the wing at 6'5".
2 seconds on the first half clock. Really missed it, and no shot on the putback try. That bucket from Caceres will put Colorado in the lead by 2.
For hours and hours and hours.
On a night like tonight in the snow.
Didn't matter. Didn't matter. I love shooting.
Well, congrats on your 4 years. I think you started every game your junior and senior year, right? And,
I began starting halfway through my sophomore year, yeah.
Yeah. Glad to have you here tonight. I'm sitting in for Mark Johnson. I'm Thad Anderson. Scott Wilkie doing the real heavy lifting tonight. We go second half. There's the guy who played every second of the first half, really handles it. above the arc, left side. A separation, kind of afraid to go over the top of Dak, but eventually decided to go up with it, and Brock Wisney got it to go.
Good job of Wisney with the hesitation there. Sometimes you don't even have to fake. If you just freeze the defense, you can get your jump hook over the top like he did there.
It looked like in his eyes he wasn't sure, and he did get the separation. Good decision by Wisney to put that away and tie the score at 32. Dak overshot it.
Should have used the glass there. He had a good angle for it. Tried to shoot it straight in instead.
That was a comment Seal Berry made last night during the UNC-CU women's game. She talked about loving players who go glass. Dak could have taken a page right there. Julian Hammond III out of Cherry Creek High School in Denver. Handle it on the left side. Couple fouls for Ruffin. He's back on it now. As you said, he was out for the balance of the first half after picking up his second. Only one player with 3 fouls. And as I say foul, a whistle is blown.
See, Julian Hammond there came with the handoff and then a little out of control as he penetrated the defense, got the offensive foul call.
For Hammond, his second foul. The 3-foul player, Isaiah Hawthorne for UNC, number 23 in blue. He's on the floor right now playing with 3. Now Malone has the assignment against Wisney, who works well again on the left side.
Went to the left-hand jump hook that time, the offhand. Same result, scored over Elijah Malone 2 times already here in the second half.
That's your guy, right? Wisney?
He's the Horizon kid, yep.
Where you taught, there is a shot that was deflected. Langston Reynolds didn't think he got a foul. He did get the whistle.
I think that was a bad shot attempt by Andre. If the defense blocks your shot, you're not open. And I think he's a very fortunate call there. Might have been a pretty good block.
Andre Yakimovsky back to the free throw line. 1 for 2 in the first half at the stripe. 3 rebounds, 2 steals for Yakimovsky, 3 points.
Andre's one of those guys that, as he hits his first one, he's a great three-point shooter, up around 40% for his college career. Not a great free throw shooter. Sometimes that's a dichotomy there. You got great form, you're obviously a good shooter, but something about the free throw line that he hasn't mastered yet.
Free throw heading up. I've thought it about 9 times, so I'm going to say it here. Great shoes for Andre. I don't know why. They caught my eye at the start of the game.
Rainbow colors there.
And everything. I'm not even seeing what he's doing with the ball or his eyes or anything. All I can see is shoes. There you go. Thanks to our Buff Vision crew tonight. Derek Swanson, Eric Poloni leading the charge for us. Scott Ferrier on producer duties. 3 free throw visit to the line for Yakimovsky.
And he proved me wrong there. Went 3 for 3.
Yeah. You were in proximity. He heard you. Issued the challenge. Spin and tried to dish it. Malone's hand was in the way. Elijah makes the play.
That's really important as a defender. You just have to have your hands up. Sometimes they'll just throw the ball into your hand like he did there, but you have to have your hands up for that to happen. You can't have them down by your sides. He did a good job of, we could say, being big there on defense.
It's called the Bevo Francis Award in 2024. Elijah Malone won that as the best small college player in the country, the Bevo Francis Award. Pass thrown away, run down, Bears take it to the rack and toss it down. Langston Reynolds.
Really a bad possession there. Julian Hammond got stuck in the lane, almost got a 3-second call, and then Elijah Malone tried to kick it back out and threw a bad pass to the perimeter, led to that layup.
That was kind of a stuck possession the whole time. Leads to a turnover. We talked about 10 per side in the first half. And you said it, Scott, a lot of those on whistles on offensive infractions, which count as turnovers. Spin, shoot, Malone scores.
Not much defensive resistance there by Brock Wisney. Didn't even get a hand up, really. Clear line of sight for Elijah to finish that turnaround.
Now a reach foul, and Ruffin going to have 3 fouls.
cheap foul there by Ruffin as we watch the replay on Elijah. Good post position. Turn around and you see Brock Wisney, very little effort there on defense.
5 of 8 from the floor tonight is Elijah Malone. In his debut on Monday against Eastern Washington, scored 4 points, 7 boards, 2 blocks in 13 minutes of play. He's over that already tonight. More minutes tonight than he had on Monday. Malone. Here's a deep ball from Dak. Way short. Pinballs around. UNC grabs it.
I don't like that shot. Bangkok was over 2 in the first half. He's better in the post at this point of his career.
That was pure Isaiah Hawthorne. 3 from the corner right in front of the Bears bench. They were right there behind him.
Yeah, and that was Bangkok that did not get a good closeout, and I think he's going to get subbed out here for that lack of defensive effort on his part.
Yeah, both ends of the floor not satisfying. Dak has a seam here. Pops it out. Yakimovsky 3 is short, and a flat-footed rebound out way away from the basket for Reynolds.
Yakimovsky has not found his three-point rhythm yet.
Elijah Malone got the block, tried to fling it back in, hit the back of the backboard, and it'll be UNC basketball. A break with 15:50 to go, and the Bears have flipped the scoreboard. They scored 4 more than the Buffs so far in this second half, up by 2.
Celebrate 50 years of Colorado women's basketball and cheer on the Buffs at the CU Event Center this season. Coming off back-to-back Sweet 16 appearances, the CU women's basketball team is ready to take on new and familiar faces. Full season and single game tickets are available now, as well as a special 50th season mini plan. Lock in your seats today by visiting cubuffs.com/tickets or by calling 303-492-8282.
For generations, hardworking people have relied on Ford F-Series trucks, making them America's best-selling trucks 47 years straight. Introducing the new 2024 Ford F-150 and Ford Super Duty, the 2024 North American Truck of the Year. This is the next generation of built Ford tough.
Now, buy F-150 with 0.9 financing plus $2,000 cash back, or lease F-150 for just $399.
Join CHIPS Kids Club today, open to our young bus fans, 8th grade and younger. CHIPS Kids Club membership includes complimentary tickets to select games, exclusive ticket deals for parents, a membership packet full of fun items, and more. All members receive invitations to Kids Club activities throughout the year. For more information and to register, please visit cubuffs.com/CHIPS Kids Club. Big 12 volleyball is back in Boulder as the Colorado Buffaloes take the court. Youth tickets for kids 12 and younger are just $7 each, and adult tickets start at just $10. Visit cubuffs.com/tickets or call 303-492-8282. Fan experience opportunities are available for groups of 10 or more, and be sure to ask about our exclusive birthday party packages. Celebrate the Buffs volleyball fan in your life and cheer on Colorado at the CU Event Center this fall.
Most people won't change the world, but then again, most people won't call the Flatirons their backyard and send their work to space and become household names, because it takes the right kind of bold to see the bigger picture and the smallest and move faster, like way faster, and push more, make more, change more. Don't be like most, be more.
Tad Boyle observing the start of a new season, last season's recap. You were here for all of that, Scott Wilkie. Heck of a run, including a couple wins in the tournament.
Yeah, 3 draft picks. KJ Simpson was great all year long, but Tristan DeSilva really came on in February and March. He played himself into the first round in that segment of the season, and Colorado had one of the best runs I've seen in my 14 years of broadcasting with the team. And Tristan DeSilva, what a run he went on there for about 6 to 8 weeks.
26 wins, the most in program history, and that's saying something. I mean, there's been some big years here. Deep season last year and a whole new look this year for Colorado. They yield a basket out of the timeout, 41-37 now after Hawthorne scored. 3 is too short, bangs off the front iron. Joke missed it.
That wasn't a good inside-out thing, though. Julian Hammond got the inside with a drive, not a pass to the post. Good kick out for a wide open three for Jope.
That did look a lot better. Reynolds hesitates. Good patience by Langston Reynolds over R.J. Smith.
And UNC, give them credit here for working their lead back up to 6 here.
Hit their last 4 field goals now, 4 in a row. Make it 5 actually with that last one put in. 7-0 run and 5 of their last 5 from the floor. 43-37. And Baskin threw it away. Saw a cutter but didn't see the defense.
That's the 13th turnover for Colorado.
Piling up. Pull a jumper. Hawthorne missed it. And Baskin has the loose shot miss.
I asked the coaching staff, who's going to be the leading scorer here? And consensus was Andre Yakomowski, but he really hasn't found his offense yet in these first couple games.
Floater from Julian Hammond. Buffalo's needed a basket. 4 points for Julian.
Julian had a great high school career in both basketball and football. Won a state championship in football. Had options in college to play football as well. Very good quarterback.
Sebastian Ronchik will check in at the next horn. 3 on a fall down by Zach Block. This is short. And now a whistle as Baskin had Reilly and had an advantage down low. Reilly kind of fought him off. Whistle.
So Brock Wisney there asking for a break coming out of the game. He needed a little oxygen over there maybe.
Wow, Jaron Reilly has played every minute of this game, and that's his first foul, and he's played a fairly aggressive game. First one he's picked up, he got stuck down low on defense.
He reminds me of a player I saw playing over in England overseas named Nate Reinking. Really good offensive and left-handed, just like Brian Reilly.
R.J. Smith to the 10.
R.J. known as a three-point shooter, but he showed nice athleticism there on that move to the hoop.
Almost drew a second foul from Reilly, who swatted at it. Missed the basketball, and the next thing that happened is it went in the basket. Corner 3, Bears cooling off from deep. They get the offensive board. McCreary missed it. He's a shooter. He wanted to go again, but pulls it back out to Reilly. Offensive board by Egan Shields kept the possession going for UNC. 5 seconds to shoot. Reilly for 3, recovers. Wow, that's a tough shot. He was looking down to gather the ball and then immediately went up and drilled it.
Got Jope backpedaling there off balance and pulled up. Very tough shot, but knocked it in. That's his 5th 3 of the game.
$15 points. Jaron Reilly having a night. Whistle as Baskin drives. Good drive by Trevor Baskin. He had a seam and he took advantage of what was there.
And Jope was posting up there, but he made a better decision of driving that time. And you see Jope there backpedaling on defense, getting off balance, and really did a good job with a step back. That's a tough shot to make.
Yeah, Jope got a hand on that ball as he was slipping away. He deflected it. Really had to regather it before he could even get to the shot. Everything worked out for a guy who's had a great night. Jaron Reilly, first free throw missed by Baskin. We'll get one more. 3 fouls committed by the Bears, 2 by the Buffs. There's the guy, Reilly. Second one is good.
Colorado putting a little pressure on here. I like this. The more you can make guys like Reilly wear down, the better late in the game.
Trevor Baskin has had 2 visits to the free throw line. Each time he's missed the first, made the second. He's got 2 points in 12 minutes, 5 rebounds for Trevor Baskin. Reilly comes to the aid and gets the ball from Zach Block. You can tell the Bears in Reilly they trust tonight. He just kind of has the vibe going. They're willing to organize around number 9. Spin, rolls out, another offensive board from Egan Shields.
Jope should have had that rebound as a defensive rebounder there.
Rebounds tied at 21 per team. Deep shot. Really good. Up skying for that one is Jope.
He carried it. That's an unforced turnover there. Talk about that term in tennis a lot. Unforced errors.
You saw that one from this side, as did our officiating crew across court. The whistle came. UNC up by 4. Timeout. .46-42 lead for Northern Colorado against this reworked CU roster that has 5 freshmen, 5 sophomores, 2 juniors, 1 senior, and 3 grad students. The grad transfers on Monday were a big part of the recovery and then blowout win over Eastern Washington. Trevor Baskin had 12 points, 6 boards, and a couple steals. Andre Yakumovsky, 11 points with 7 boards, and Elijah Malone in limited minutes had a good debut. Malone playing the best of that group tonight as far as stats production. Bounce inside. Wow, nice play. Block finishes it off.
Good execution by the Bears there out of a timeout. That was a play that was set up, talked about in that timeout, you could tell, and they ran it to perfection.
Smith for 3. He's wide open, called for it and hit it. 3 ball from R.J. Smith.
Those are the inside-out plays Tad Boyle is always talking about. You get the ball in the post, the defense comes to help. Good kick-out, cross-court pass there by Jope for the 3.
Seam for Reilly, looks for McCreary, who is fouled by R.J. Smith. First foul for Smith. Bears up by 3 with free throws coming.
You see here, Jope gets in the post, looks a diagonal pass, which is a tough pass, and it's right on the money for RJ's 3. And down here, you see Reilly again getting penetration. He is having his way offensively tonight, whether it's scoring from the three-point line or creating for others with penetration.
Subs coming in on this horn. Javon Ruffin is in. Baskin, Ronchik, Jope, and Smith out there. Fans trying to alter the outcome. Got the first free throw miss and got the second one. Pleased with themselves. Free Shake Shack for intimidating the heck out of the shooter McCreary. Baskin worked around the defense, drew a foul. He'll shoot a free throw, could tie it.
That I mentioned earlier, sometimes as a post player, you don't really have to make a fake. You just have to freeze the defense. He did that there. He paused. The defense was frozen, and he just goes right over the top. The defense doesn't react because they are stuck in their shoes, like stuck in mud there. Pass fakes or shot fakes, and just sometimes freezing for a half second gets you a good shot attempt.
And we got a whistle here. It's going to be a foul, not a lane violation, but it's a foul call on the rebound attempt. Jope picked it up.
I think Jope did one of those where he was using the box out guy as leverage, kind of leaning on him to get a better leverage, and referee caught him.
Timeout taken by UNC. A 5-second call was looming, and so the TO from Luka Kolcheg for Northern Colorado. Bears holding on to a 1-point lead. Timeout on the floor from the CU Event Center in Boulder. UNC 1-point lead. Chip and the band trying to crank it up. But UNC is holding on. They trailed by 2 at halftime. They've tipped it back in their favor. An and one miss for Trevor Baskin. Would have tied it a moment ago. A foul on the rebound attempt by the Buffs. Timeout taken as 5-second call is about to come as the CU pressure is applied full court here on the inbound.
And look at the stat sheet here. One of the things I'm surprised the Bears have hung around on the boards here. They're only down 1 rebound to Colorado, despite giving up size at multiple positions up and down the lineup.
McCreary is open for 3. That was offline. For the time he left his hand, you could tell it was wide left. Chance to take the lead. Smith runs through the lane off the back iron. Baskin's underneath, right under the rim. Got to it. Ruffin, shot fake, drives. Colorado has the lead, courtesy of Javon Ruffin.
That's the attack to close out I was talking about earlier. The defender's running at the shooter. You got to show and go, we say. Show the ball and attack the rim like Javon did there.
4 points for Ruffin. Importantly, tipping the lead back to the favor of CU. McCreary, extra bounce pass in the lane. Nicely done, and Langston Reynolds converts.
UNC were in trouble there. Good job of moving without the ball. Back cut led to a nice finish.
Malone and Hammond wait to enter for Colorado. Next horn. Jope lifts the shot way too strong. Missed everything over the top from left to right.
Really forced that shot.
Now a quick three other end, too strong. Baskin has another rebound. He's got 8 on the night. 8 of the Buffs' 26 boards. Whistle on the entry pass. Lead inbound. Foul goes against Jaron Reilly. Third foul for Reilly. He had none in the first half. He's racked up 3 now.
Jope got that defensive foul call because he did a rim run, we call it. He ran right to the front of the rim and post up right there. And we have multiple players that have good speed running down the floor as big men. And that's a good offensive thing to try, is just get the ball right in front of the rim.
Malone gets it from Ruffin. Bears know to get up against him. Wisney closed out on a 3 try for Malone. Hit one earlier. Kick ball. Shot clock was at 14. It'll go back to 20 seconds. 8:53 left in the second half.
Nikola Jokic led the NBA in kick balls last year, which sometimes stops a play from happening at the rim.
Stepped on the out of bounds line. Ron Cheek trying to make a move. He stepped out. Turnover. Make it 15 turnovers committed by Colorado. 12 for UNC.
Working broadcasting, being courtside, I see at least a couple of those every game, Thad. Players just unaware of where they're at on the floor.
Feet are still growing, maybe. Got more shoe here than I thought. McCreary working left. Reynolds. Went to Wisney. Managed to gather it back in after not making the initial catch on it. 5 seconds to shoot. McCreary drives it over the defense. Good job by Malone stepping up on the backside. Whistle, and that foul is going against Brock Wisney.
Good job by Julian to get back in there and help on the boards. I can tell you as a player, as a big man, you always appreciate guards coming back in and helping out. Sometimes big players cancel each other out, just fighting for position, and the ball is there available. KJ Simpson used to do a great job for that for Colorado. Averaged 6 rebounds as a point guard last year.
Egan Shields just checked back in for UNC. Julian Hammond to Elijah Malone. Steps toward the lane. Baskin drives and scores on the right side. Trevor Baskin.
Good job there, using the body to shield the ball from the defender.
Back on top go the Buffs. Now a seesaw contest. 3 ball on the way. No good from Zach Block. Ruffin feeds it into Baskin, and that's going to be 4 fouls now against Reilly, who had none just a few minutes ago. He's up to 4 fouls with his 15 points. He's played every minute of this game, but now he's in some jeopardy. We got a timeout before CU can look to extend on this 1-point lead. fourth we go. The fourth right now is CU up by 1. Colorado has scored 19 points in this second half. R.J. Smith has 5 of those, 2 of 3 from the floor in 8 minutes. 5 points in this second half, 7 overall for R.J. Smith.
Yeah, and he missed most of last season with injury. I like guys that can catch and shoot, and he's one of those guys that if he has his feet set, it's probably a pretty high percentage chance he's going to make it.
Trevor Baskin, for the first time tonight, hits the first shot of a free throw visit. That was important. It was got to hit it to earn another. Baskin gets it done. R.J. Smith, you said, missed a bunch of time at first game since last November against Eastern Washington. 8 points and 3 steals, a career high in steals on Monday night. Northern Colorado 4 fouls for Hawthorne and Reilly. Reynolds and Wisney have 3 each. And Reilly, for the first time tonight, is not on the floor. He had played every minute until that 4th foul popped up on him.
Yeah, sometimes late in the game when you get tired is when you have a tendency to reach. Good move there by Hawthorne, up and under, finishing the lane.
Hawthorne also saddled with 4 fouls. Good offense from Isaiah. And we're tied at 52. Nice drop pass. And a flush from Elijah Malone.
Nice job by Malone there. He looked pretty light on his feet there. Nice hop for a dunk. A little more athletic than you think he is.
Listed at 6'10", 268. Bouncing around to finish that. Now a big block. Defense closes in. Chance to extend on the lead. Up by 2. A soft pass is going to result in a tie basketball game with authority.
Julian Hammond did the adult jump pass there. Didn't know what he was going to do when he left the floor. That led to that turnover.
Julian Hammond III had that assist on the nice finish from Malone a couple possessions ago. Looking for more offense like that. Instead, this time it's Hammond on the shot. No good. Marcel McCreary the board, and the Bears can go back on top. Each team has a sub waiting. Spin cycle from Isaiah Hawthorne. Missed the shot and a whistle, and that's called against UNC. So flare on the finish here by Langston Reynolds.
And we have about 6 minutes left here for Colorado in the bonus, as UNC is now over the limit. So Colorado shooting free throws the rest of the way.
Egan Shields the foul. Shields picked it up.
Referee making Malone tuck in his jersey there.
It's funny, they let it go all, until you get to the free throw line, then it's, we got to clean that up. Well, we got a chance. Malone bounces it home, and the Buffs are back up by 1. Hassan Jope just re-entered for CU, and Brock Wisney for Northern Colorado. I know you fully respect the Purdue-Indiana rivalry, so you wanted to make a follow-up comment on the Wisneys.
Yeah, I had said that Brock's sister played at Purdue. She actually played at Indiana, so.
Well, I'm not
correcting myself there.
In trouble for that. I'm not sitting near you.
And she's a singer. She sang the national anthem before some of her own games.
Misfire on the inbound. Buffs have the lead by 2. They had a chance to extend to 4 a few possessions ago and gave it away. Now they take it away. CU would like to build some cushion here. 5:40 to go. Malone slings it to the left corner. Ruffin missed the shot. Hammond picks up the bouncing ball. Offensive board. Has to throw an interior pass that UNC pounces on.
Yeah, another turnover. I believe that's 17 for Colorado.
Yeah.
18 on Monday night, so that's an issue they are going to have to improve upon.
UNC's only turned it over 3 times in this half. They've cleaned it up. They have 13 turnovers now. Nice step in for the loose ball by Julian Hammond on a spinning shot coming off the rim. Important board for CU. Jope banging his way in. Too strong. Wisney has the rebound. You think Brock Wisney can sing?
I wonder if he's got that running in the family.
Elijah Malone jumps the lane. Wisney's going to try to fend him off. fouled him instead, and one for Elijah Malone, who slaps a 5 with a fan in the front row down behind the baseline.
I think Brock was trying to take the foul sooner before the layup, but they called it on the shot. You see him here hustling, trying to get back. He actually did foul him. Took too late, though. He was trying to get it sooner. Nice finish by Malone, and good defense getting out in the passing lane by the big fella.
Elijah Malone from LaGrange, Indiana. So that's maybe the basketball equivalent of the Lambeau leap. He went down and high-fived, or clench fived a fan who's still laughing about it. Malone, sweet finish. 2+1 for Elijah Malone. 5-point lead. Haven't felt this throughout this thing for CU. Their largest lead before this was 3 points. Got it up to 5 now when it's mattering most. 4 fouls for Reilly. He's back in there, handling the basketball. Goes up on the Big 12 logo in the lane. 4 seconds to shoot. Kick it to the corner. Reynolds hoists a 3. Missed the shot. Offensive glass to UNC.
Sometimes they just bounce to the offensive team. That's what happened there. That wasn't bad defense. Rebound just bounced the wrong way.
Everybody hesitated for a moment. The shot clock just barely went off. A little bit of a buzz, but it did hit rim. Reilly might have gone backcourt. Going to fling one up with 1 second to go. Almost drilled it. Shot clock was about out again.
Reilly can get a decent shot attempt pretty much anywhere on the floor.
Yeah. He loads it up in a flash. Jope sizes it up, drops it into Malone, goes to work underneath the rim, gets stuck there. Good closeout D by Shields. Now a whistle and free throws coming for CU in the bonus. UNC foul, 3:29 to go. Buffs have their largest lead at 5. For CU, 59-54, the lead, 3:29 left in the game. Elijah Malone has 19 total points in 21 minutes tonight, and the second half has been fantastic. Dunk, good inside play, and he's gone outside a couple times.
Yeah, he's done a good job of, see, they're getting in the passing lane, something you wouldn't expect from him, but just posting up hard, demanding the ball, and making sound moves when he does get it in there. On this particular play, gave it up and reposted. That means after you give up the ball, flash right back in there, and he did right in the middle of the lane and led to this foul and one-to-one situation.
He might be leading the team in smiles too. Just saw him flash another grin. 9 points in this second half for Malone in 10 minutes, 3 for 3 from the floor. He does miss this free throw.
And here we look at, he gives the ball up, he's sealed off there, gives it up, and then right after that, flashes right back in the lane here. He hits the second free throw. And I was wrong, we're not in one-on-one, we're already in the double bonus here with 3.5 minutes to go, so something UNC's got a problem with is foul trouble here late in the game.
Yeah, 10th foul went up on the board, committed by UNC. They've got some indicators stacking up against them down the stretch. It's going to take something special here out of UNC. They're playing against a few odds now. CU starting to take command of the boards. 3 is what they'll need, and they got it. 3-point shot, Zach block.
And they ran a double screen for him coming from one side of the floor all the way to the other side. Good pass, nailed it from the corner.
Third Bear into double figures. 15 points for Jaron Reilly, 13 for Langston Reynolds, and now 10 for Zach Block.
You see him attacking the guy with 4 fouls and really backed off there, trying not to get his 5th foul. Good recognition there by R.J. Smith to attack the guy that's in foul trouble.
Yeah, great point, Scott. Buffs don't want to foul the Bears, make them shoot it. They've only been to the line 5 times, but they've been polar bears at the line, hitting just 1 of 5 free throws, and avoided the foul there, but gave up the offensive glass, and a putback for Brock Wisney.
And I saw Jope there not really getting back involved in the rebound. He was about 15 feet away. As a big man, you've got to get there and at least get involved in the play.
Rebounding at 33-28, +5 for CU. Javon Ruffin picks up a free throw opportunity. 2 shots for Ruffin as he's fouled on his way up.
Actually ran the same play they ran the previous possession, just Ruffin instead of R.J. Smith. And working Colorado's games here for so long, that's a play they used to run for Xavier Johnson, old X-Man we had a few years ago.
Langston Reynolds now has 4 fouls. Of the 5 Bears on the floor, 4 of them have 4 fouls. The evidence piling up against the Bears late in the game. Things getting tougher.
I've been impressed by the Bears tonight, Thad. I think they're going to do okay in the Big Sky Conference.
Buffs need those free throws. 63-59. Another 3 would put them within 1. Reilly can shoot it. Hawthorne missed. Buffs had it surrounded, got tipped away. Joe picked up the bouncing ball. Good job by CU, leaving an empty possession for UNC on a long 3 try.
This is the Horns play. 2 high screens here. Getting the post into Elijah.
Elijah Malone with 20 points in this game, 7 of 10 from the floor. He's got the ball now. Gives it to Ruffin. Corner, tough shot. Somehow missed the backboard, and it's swatted out by Jope. Back to 20 seconds on the shot clock, a reach around, and a foul. That's going against Wisney. That'll be 5 for Brock Wisney.
Brock fouling out with 14 points. Pretty solid game by the big man for the Bears. He's got a younger brother playing at Horizon now, who's also about 6'5", 6'6".
There goes Brock Wisney. Elijah Malone continues impressive night. Malone 7 of 10 from the floor. He's now 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Played 23 minutes, has 21 points. Is Elijah Malone.
And the free throw attempts really piling up for the Buffaloes. This will be the 26th attempt for Colorado.
Got it. I don't think this is a game after which head coach Steve Smiler for UNC will talk about the foul or the free throw disparity. I think it's been well called. The Buffs have earned more time at the line.
I agree. You wonder if all those piled up minutes are affecting Reilly now. Really, sorry.
Tipped away, battling for it. Egan Shields last touched it. Out of bounds it goes to Colorado, leading by 6, the Buffs, with a timeout taken. Timeout for UNC 32nd timeout call. 1:02 to go. Langston Reynolds for UNC. We knew coming in he was talented, has been dynamic on the floor. The junior from Denver, Colorado.
Yeah, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Kind of a well-rounded night for him. See him there on the break, finishing with a dunk. And, you know, these guys, like I said before the game, they have a chip on their shoulder coming in, playing against a power conference team. They want to show that they can hang with that kind of athlete. And sometimes you'll get their better performances in these games where they get to kind of play up to the competition.
What you don't see in those stats on the left side of your screen, but you just saw in the highlights, he also has 2 stare downs in the student section.
Yeah, to the student section over there.
Not shying away from the heat being put on by noisy assembly of students tonight. Always better with the band in the house. 1:02 on the game clock. Buffs holding the 6-point advantage. This is their largest lead.
And they're taking a look at the video to make sure they called it right there. They call it Colorado ball. And under 2 minutes, they can always take a look at the video. It looks like it's off the UNC player.
It appears like that's a pretty good call. Official review thanks to Ray Natili, Jeffrey Anderson, and Wacey Lim, our officials tonight.
Sometimes, though, those guys like the UNC player knocked it out of bounds, but sometimes it actually ricochets just a little bit off the fingertips of the other team, and that's what they're taking a close look at here in this long video review.
I call a lot of CU volleyball with Jesse Mahoney's team, and there's constantly reviews about finger touches of the net. This is the similar kind of thing. Buffs volleyball in action against Cincinnati tomorrow. Of course, football at 2 p.m. Mountain Time at Texas Tech. Call is going to stay with Colorado. Called accurately. Looked good on the replay that we saw, thanks to our Buff Vision crew. Again, for your work tonight on a snowy Friday. Scott Wilkie is better than me, but I'm just that Anderson. Mark Johnson's not here tonight.
So just 1:02 remaining. What Colorado wants to do here is just take care of the ball, and then they're going to have to make your free throws, and you have the game.
Under 1 minute now. Buffs break through it. Giving credit to the voice of the Buffs, Mark Johnson. He was going to be here tonight as weather forced his hand, had to travel out earlier because the drive overnight wasn't really going to pan out in these conditions. He was all in, though, as he always is.
They've closed a lot of those highways in southern Colorado.
Yow. Come on, it's November, early November. Take a long fling, no good. Well, Bears are going to need one here. They're down by 6. They'd like a 3. Hawthorne thought about it, drives around Malone, and he's going to get a free throw out of it. That was different than expected, but it's going to be useful to UNC.
Bad decision by the Yakimowski there to reach in at the end. A 2 is not going to hurt you. You see him swipe at the ball, maybe not a lot of contact, but you do not want to swipe. Give up the 2. You still are in control of the game. Now, if the three-point play, I think it's going to cut it to 3 on 1 possession game.
Yeah, you're right. Whether or not he made the contact, it's in that situation, just pull away from it, leave no question. Well, the Polar Bears not there. Hawthorne hits his free throw, just the second free throw made on the night in 6 tries for UNC. They're within 3. Quick foul with 24.6 to go. Julian Hammond grimacing after he took that few spots, might have gotten up around into his face. Gonna go focus up and hit free throws here. 5 fouls now for Langston Reynolds. Been fun watching Langston tonight, the 6'4" junior out of Denver. Langston Reynolds has fouled out.
Julian Hammond was a good free throw shooter last year. I believe up around 80%. I'm just going to confirm that. Not the perfect form. I always feel like he's got that left thumb involved in his shot a little bit, but last year, 76%, year before that, 81%. So he's been a good free throw shooter in his career.
Second Bears disqualification. Brock Wisney and Langston Reynolds have fouled out, and staying consistent to the form you're talking about. Scott Hammond good on the first one. That's important. Makes it a 4-point lead for the Buffs. One more. Pure both times. Great rhythm, too, at the line. Smooth operation.
Yeah, really stepped up confidently there.
Trying for 3. Hawthorne gathered it in off his own shoulder and lays it in left side. Timeout taken here by an aggressive Steve Smiley, wanting that timeout. Got it before the Buffs could fling it back inbounds. Back within 3 are the Bears.
Hawthorne maybe got away with a travel there on that move, but basket counts.
Yeah, that was not a smooth move toward the basket. Got up on his shoulder, a little hitch in the move.
You see here, how many steps does he take there with the ball on his shoulder?
CU playing their second game of the season, having beaten Eastern Washington on Monday. They opened with 2 Big Sky teams, with Northern Colorado being the second tonight. Looking at Fullerton, Harvard, and here it comes, Michigan State, UConn, or Memphis. Now the invitational game to close out on November 27th. That's what's coming up next for CU. And UNC getting their non-conference slate rolling with this visit tonight. They'll be hosting Colorado Christian on Tuesday, South Dakota State, and then out on the road to Pullman and Cal Baptist before Prairie View A&M in Greeley.
Yeah, South Dakota State will be a good team. They've really had some good basketball the last few years. And going at Pullman is a tough place to play. I can tell you, working games there, they have a good home record. So pretty tough non-conference schedule for the Bears.
I called games for Pac-12 networks up in Pullman Always fun, whatever sport it is up there, just kind of a cool atmosphere.
It's a small college town, right? The university really dominates it. It is still on one of my worst college towns in America, though. I keep a list of those.
So Andre Yakimovsky spent 4 years up in Palouse. Buffs need to get it in. They do to Ruffin, but bobbled, and now a tie up, and the arrow is pointed toward CU. Did we get an arrow call?
Saying Javon Ruffin stepped on the sideline, and they called Northern Colorado basketball.
Yeah, Tad Boyle giving both thumbs up, like, hey, that's a tie-up. That should be the arrow, because he thinks both players had possession when the sideline was contacted. The call was that CU had sole possession and an out of bound on the side right in front of the UNC bench. There was a throng of people there.
They're going to take a look at the video again. So Colorado kind of lost it on the inbound there. Javon Ruffin got the ball knocked out of his hands, and then in the scramble, it didn't. You're right. It did look like a jump ball possibility, but they called Javon Ruffin's foot out of bounds, I believe. As we take a look at it here,
well, yeah,
it's a good trap. You see the ball gets deflected.
The way it played out, he might have been the only one out of bounds.
His right foot was out of bounds.
Yeah, I thought they had maybe both of them on the side there, but it looks like the feet for UNC of Luka Kolchek were both in, and Ruffin was out on the tie-up. Tad Boyle had to make the appeal on this. Good idea to get out and assert a little more, requesting a look at that on review.
Right there, you can see Javon Ruffin touches the ball, and he is out of bounds.
The arrow was in favor of, and still is in favor of CU, but it looks like this ball likely to be going the other way, and a 3-point margin for the Buffs at 13.7 remaining.
Yeah, they also added almost 2 seconds back onto the clock, so UNC will have an opportunity here to look for a 3-point basket and send this game into overtime.
Hassan Diop just checked in for Colorado. There's a guy who's had a great night, Jaron Reilly, playing with 4 fouls, as is Isaiah Hawthorne.
Watch for Reilly to get it back.
And he'll draw the bump.
That's not a terrible foul. Buffs have 2 fouls to give, so they got to take it out again.
6th foul committed by...
Sorry, only 1 foul. The next foul would be a bonus.
Yeah, they had 2 there, now down to 1 to give.
And the always question is, do you foul and prevent a 3-point shot from getting off?
Really trying to shake it open for 3, sends up the 3. No good. Offensive glass to McCreary, runs to the corner, shoots it. Got it with .5 to go, tying the score at 67. What a shot from Marcel McCreary. Can the Buffs fling one up and wow the crowd? Turn, didn't get it away. We're playing extra time in Boulder.
Wow, what a shot there in the corner.
Colorado, and this is as hard as they've been pressed. Last year they took it to the Bears, just drubbing them in the first half, 48-27, and then stretching that out 1 more point for a big controlling win. We get the opening tip of the overtime. This time it is controlled by CU, and Hammond sets up the offense. First chance goes to the Buffs. Yakimovsky missed the shot, tried to tip it back up. Now the battle on the end line, and out of bounds laying on the line was Hawthorne.
Well, Yakimovsky's really having a hard time from the field tonight. 1 for 7 now, shooting 0 for 4 on threes. And he's a shooter. I've seen him be a great shooter, so he just hasn't found his rhythm yet here on the Buffs squad.
Ruffin. Nice job by McCreary to get a hand up. Ruffin was ready to shoot if not. 12 seconds for the Buffs to shoot it. That's a good idea there. Get it down in the blocks to Malone. Spins and left it short. Nice D, manned up by Egan Shields, and now a giveaway behind that shot miss. Because it's interesting, not because I'm trying to pour fuel here, but the last time UNC beat CU, 1935 was the year.
But the overall record's closer than you expect, 24-18.
Yeah, a lot of that done. They were in the same conference way back in the day. Wow, McCreary just poked it away from Malone. CU in a bit of a haze and a daze right here. The Buffs don't look like they're ready for this extra 5. They got to turn it on.
Malone got the rebound and held held the ball right out in front of him. Look at knee level. As a big man, you're always taught, keep the ball up high, don't bring it down, and he brought it right down to his knees and got it stolen. Colorado's 20th turnover of the game.
That was just the first foul for Elijah Malone, and there's the polar bear work from the free throw line. Haven't been there often, need them now, and they did not get the front end of a 1-and-1.
Bears are 2 for 7 now from free throws.
And who wants the first points of the OT? Nobody scored yet. Almost gave it away. The referee keeping it in. Not his fault, just standing where that ball happened to bounce off of a leg and kept it in bounds. It's going to be Ruffin on the 3-try, and Javon Ruffin puts the Buffs back on top.
There's another example of you have to shoot the ball. Sometimes you let it fly like that, you feel the best as a shooter when it's not a hesitation at all.
Scramble on the long possession there. Ruffin cashes in. There's a push by Hammond. Whistle. It'll be the third foul for Julian Hammond.
You see Javon here, just the loose ball. The shot clock is winding down, so he steps back, knows he's got to let it fly.
Trevor Baskin will check in now. Got to the table before free throw process was in motion. Joke will check out. Block is at the line, and his team 2 of 7 in this game. Zach Block has not shot a free throw yet tonight. He's got the same jersey number as what he's shooting here, 1-and-1.
Two things that have really affected this game: Colorado's turnovers and UNC's ability to hit three-point shots. 9 makes now from the three-point line.
20 turnovers for the Buffs, 14 for UNC, bouncing in the second one back within 1 point. The Bears, at halftime, it was 10-10 in turnovers. Since then, 10 for Colorado, just 4 for UNC. Hammond probing on the left side, Baskin up top. Malkovsky gave it to Malone. Elijah, yep.
I like that. This inside pivot, squared up. The guy laid off him, and so he shot the little 8-10 footer.
You can tell that's a shot he owns. If you give him that range, Elijah will calmly drop it in. Smooth stroke and back up by 3. Block with McCreary.
Wow, that's a tough shot.
Yeah, he's hit 2 big threes. He started off 0 for 4. Hit the 3 to send us to overtime, and that one ties us up at 72 with 2:15 left in OT. Hammond draws a whistle. Couldn't get the shot down, but he'll shoot 2 free throws. The foul, Zach Block. That's just his first. That's kind of news on the Bears side. So many guys with foul trouble.
Sees Elijah inside pivot, squares up, knocks down that little 12-10 footer, and on the other end, Colorado did a good job of switching here. Julian does a good contest, but knocks down the 3 anyway.
Hammond no good on the first free throw. That was the 29th free throw of the night for CU, compared to 9 free throws for UNC. Got the second one. CU has shot 29 free throws. The Bears have shot 29 threes in the game. Hit a couple big ones here late to keep this game neck and neck.
You see Colorado's been putting larger players on really here, and it's made a difference.
Bounce it, and Malkovsky takes it away. Good play by Andre there. It's tied up, and he gave it away, and a foul. This will be the last 1-and-1 for UNC, the 9th foul committed. Malkovsky shut down a runaway that was going to be an easy bucket on the other end, but the loss of the ball again.
Yeah, in the NBA, it would have been called a 2-shot foul there for not knowing back on defense. Malkovsky makes the turnover there, should have passed the ball. 21st turnover for Colorado.
That was the first steal for Isaiah Hawthorne. Marcel McCreary has 5 steals in this game. Yakumovsky has 4 steals, but fouled on the attempt to slow down Hawthorne. Last 1-1 for the Bears will end up in a 2-shot visit. That tied us at 73, and now this for the lead from Hawthorne. Didn't waste any time. He gets the ball, takes one dribble, throws it up there, hits 2 shots, and UNC has the lead. And CU's going to take a timeout with 1:33 remaining in overtime.
Full timeout. I'm sure Tad wants to run a specific play here and talk about what they're going to do if they score, if they don't score. Boy, you never would have thought Colorado would be trailing here late in the game with 1:33 left in overtime.
Yet they are by 1. The Bears missed a 3 try with about 3 or 4 seconds left in regulation. Got a bouncing offensive rebound to the left corner and hit the dagger with 0.5 remaining to send us to overtime. And here we are now with the Bears up by 1. Here it is, Scott, the way it went down at the end of regulation.
R.J. Smith did not get a good box out there. And McCreary, he knew what he was going to do. As soon as he got that board, he knew he was going to dribble out and take that 3 in the corner. And give him credit for knocking that shot down.
Tad Boyle started his CU coaching career in the year 2010. Got his first win at CU. That's hard to do, to get that first win. It's proving that the 300th win is equally hard. He's sitting on 299 trying to get his 300th tonight, and his former program is giving him everything it's going to take to pick up CU win number 300 for Coach Tad Boyle. Credit to Steve Smiley in his 5th year with his crew. Dorian Green, one of the assistant head coaches I was announcing at CSU in Fort Collins when Dorian Green played out of Lawrence, Kansas. Dorian Green was a star at Colorado State, now on the staff at UNC.
You know he's got to be a KU fan growing up in Lawrence.
Yep, he absolutely was. He had a great career at Colorado State. I think he was in the Tim Miles years. Malone looking to get the Buffs the lead, and he'll pick up.
He got a bump from behind there. A 2-shot foul.
4th foul for Egan Shields.
Elijah had kind of lost control of the ball here, and you see the bump. Boy, but we've seen worse than that not get called tonight.
Yeah, with the ball loose there, a little surprised got the call, but he got moved, and then Elijah did a good job of continuing through the motion of the bump. Malone hits the first and makes it 74-74. What a night for Elijah Malone in his 2nd D1 collegiate game. He's got 25 points, 8 of 12 from the floor, 8 of 9, now making 9 of 10 from the free throw line, and the Buffs have the lead.
Colorado likes to pride their program on defense. They have a chance here to really win it. They get it to stop here.
26 points for Elijah Malone in his 2nd game as a Buff. Hawthorne throwing an elbow into the chest of Job, and foul is called on the floor. It's the 10th foul committed by CU. No shot, but 2 free throws.
Tough guard there for Job, guarding 20 feet away. Hawthorne's really more of a face-up guy, and Job did commit the foul.
Got him on the floor. Hawthorne wanted that and one. Job has 4 fouls now. Good work by Hawthorne at the line. These last 3 free throws have been smooth. And he's only shot, was that his 4th on the night? Yeah, he's 4 for 4 from the stripe now is Hawthorne.
With his length, he could be a guy that could be in a Power 5 conference, Power 4 conference.
Hit it again, and the Bears go back on top as we hit overtime. 1 minute remaining.
I look for Colorado to try to get the ball into Malone again. He's had the way in there. There they go. 1-on-1, they're not going to help.
4 fouls. And that should be 5. Shot won't go down, but the foul committed by...
Might have been really on the reach-in.
Either one would have 5.
Good shot fake. Not sure who they called that on yet.
Showing Shields with 5 on the stats. I think it was Egan. You're right, though. It had a chance to go either way, and either guy would be fouling out. I think it's going to be Shields, not really. Night is done for Egan Shields. 2 points, played 21 minutes. Tough duty against the big body of Elijah Malone, and Elijah having a great game tonight.
I'm really surprised UNC has not come to help in those situations, because Malone's had such a big game, and he's shown that one-on-one he's going to have a good shot attempt.
It was 9 of 10 from the stripe before that miss. Now, if he hits the second of his 2, the game will be tied with 49.5 on the clock. Good work by Elijah Malone. You missed that free throw. You got to take a breath, reset, and just go back to what you did for the previous 9 you've made tonight. Timeout taken by Tad Boyle. Buffs take a timeout. The Bears have 1 timeout remaining. CU showing 3 on the board. The timeouts remaining at 49.5 seconds to go, and a tie score at 76. Now 2 timeouts that was taken there by CU, and down to 2 remaining for the Buffs.
Yeah, and with Shields fouling out now, they have no big man, true big man on the floor, so they have taken Malone out of the game. Buffs are going to go smaller to match up better here on the defensive end.
3 Bears have fouled out. Langston Reynolds fouled out, as did Brock Wisney, and just now Egan Shields. They've got 4 fouls against Isaiah Hawthorne and 4 against Jared Reilly. They've only played 8 guys tonight, so 3 of them are gone. The other 5 out there, 2 of them are sitting with 4 fouls. They're getting to the fumes of the gas tank here. What a great battle by UNC. You know, there's going to be a lot to talk about here for Tad Boyle, but one thing you do appreciate with a game like this, it's going to make you have to get better. It's going to test you and push you to the limit in just your 2nd game of the season.
Yeah, multiple kind of game deciding situations here, and the Buffs are going to have about the 5th straight opportunity here to get a stop. They haven't been able to get one yet. See if they can get one here.
Buffs have gone 10 deep in their player personnel. 10 different players involved in this one for CU, 8 for UNC. 3 of those DQ'd on fouls. Tied at 76. Reilly drives around Jope, couldn't get the finish. 2 Buffs battle for the rebound and give it away. 3, no good, missed it badly, did Zach Block. Almost a major hiccup. Timeout for CU, where the Buffs trying to hammer the boards, and they had friendly fire and let it get away. Second chance does not go down from deep for UNC.
Yeah, I believe that was Jope kind of knocking it away from his own teammate there on the rebound. He played good defense here, challenged, really not able to finish, and you see Jope knocking it out of the hand of Yakimowski. And lucky for them, Block did not hit that free. He had a good look there on the kick out.
Not really any kind of an error by Jope. He was defending and then had his back to Andre coming toward him. Probably didn't know Yakimowski was behind him, but he did end up breaking up the pass, basically. Tad Boyle, again, grinding here for what would be CU win number 300 for the coach in his time at Boulder. And it's going to take every ounce, 76-76, 17.6 on the overtime clock.
You kind of expect them to run something to maybe get Malone in the post again. Maybe a screen and roll with him after the roll, looking to post up. What you don't want to get is getting it into him with less than 5 seconds left, because then if they double team, he could run out of time. So if you do look to get it in the post, you want to get that with enough time where he has a chance to pass it out for a shot instead of running the clock out.
5 days until their next game for the Buffs against Cal State Fullerton. They're going to need some rest after this one. Bears playing defense in a tie game with 10 seconds left. CU going to get the last shot, see if they can win it against the OT buzzer. Yakimowski gets the defender up in the air, missed the shot. Malone vies for the rebound, and no foul call underneath. And we're going to play more basketball. Malone thought he was fouled on the off. Even in their mark, Malone and Hawthorne will tap it again, open up another overtime. 5 minutes ticking now in OT number 2. CU controls the tip with Elijah Malone. McCreary flies by as he tips it out. 17 seconds on the Buffs shot clock.
The guy's flying out that hard. That's a really good opportunity for a back cut there. I would go into Elijah Malone. He's had his way in there, and this is not going to be one of their best defenders.
Trying to fend him off. It's William Humer, 21 for UNC. He doesn't get in the game until the second OT. How about that assignment? Hammond is fouled as he throws up the shot.
Malone drew the double team that time, and you can see they're changing their defense now because they don't have a good defender on him. He kicks it out. Julian does a good job of show and go, attacking that closeout, gets the foul call.
Luka Kolcheg is going to check back in. 32 will replace 21. Kolcheg also with no fouls, so he's all right to try to work against Malone. Son Jope is in. He takes a rebound position on the left side, replacing Yakimovsky.
No, you can place Malone. Another defensive substitution. They don't have a big man, so we want to get Colorado wants to get Elijah out as Julian Hammond commits a terrible foul.
You're right. You replaced Malone in the lineup. You replaced Yakimovsky on the rebound blocks, and yet another thing to put in the file to talk about. It's not the right kind of play in the moment, and Hammond shows his awareness of that fact.
And as a senior, that's just a play that Julian knows better. That's a play that can cost you a game. That's just a really silly foul.
Zach Block shooting 2. Each team firmly in the double bonus. So we got a rotation going on now with 32 Luka Kolcheg out and 21 William Humer back in for UNC. Malone back in now on the low left side of the rebound blocks. Baskin takes the right side. Ruffin with Yakimovsky and Hammond, the 5 out there for the Buffs.
Colorado will continue to do that offensive defensive substitution. Elijah for offense, Zope or someone else for defense.
Free throw finish. 2 free throws good by Zach Block. He's hit all 4 of his free shots. He's got 14 points. Does Block. Got his team back even. Ruffin, tough finish, bouncing off of defense and scoring.
You're right. That was a tough shot. Could have been called an N1. I thought he got hit down low there.
Double digits for Javon Ruffin, 10 points. Malone steps up on Humer. McCreary, wow, he has heated up late from deep.
He's feeling it. That was 4 or 5 feet behind the line, and decent challenge there by Javon Ruffin.
Hammond gets it back out, got in some trouble on the left side low. Malone.
Double team comes.
Then goes away. Humer is pushing on the back of Malone, who sends it out to the left corner. Hammond around Baskin, drops it back to him. Block trying to defend, 1 second to shoot. Short, got iron, reset the clock, but the Bears grab it. Humer lost it. Ruffin hustles for the ball. Javon wanted the shot. McCreary denied it. 3 minutes left in the second overtime. Bears up by 1. Yakimovsky, yep, and 1.
See the previous here with Javon Ruffin. Guy steps over, definite contact there. Nice finish by him, and then on this play, we see a screen here, and McClain steps back and knocks down the 3. Nice finish by Yakimovsky, going through traffic and maybe a little bit of extended play there, NBA follow through.
Yeah, I was waiting to see if they were going to
call it on the floor.
Yeah, pump the 2 fingers for the count it, and they did down in traffic on the baseline. The officials 9 points for Andre. 83-81. Three is up and good again. That's Kolchak.
12 made threes now for the Bears.
He was 0 for 4 from deep before that shot. Like his teammate McCrary had been. Nice shot by Ruffin to answer and put the Buffs back up by 1. Smooth. Gliding into his shot position. Javon Ruffin, a dozen points.
First team to play defense wins the game. What do you say?
Been out there a long time. Got to dig in here. Corner. Hawthorne's available. Wow, the Bears have just completely gone on fire from deep. They've shot 34 times from long range and hit 13 of those, hovering around 40% from deep for the game, and they're up by 2.
And you saw the penetration there by Northern Colorado, and Baskin came off his man to help. That left his man in the corner. At some point, maybe you just give up the 2 and not give up the 3. Or stop the penetration to begin with.
Not the right answers on the floor from CU, and it's deep balls that are causing the stress here for the Buffs and their home fans.
We're going to take a look here at 3-pointers. There you see McCreary getting the step back, kick out on the next possession, and this last one, penetrating kick, 3 in a row by Northern Colorado.
Interesting that Jaron Reilly, he has 5 threes on 9 tries, but he had his first 4 threes like that. It hasn't been him. Now it's kind of been everybody else. Reilly dishing that out on one of those replays you saw.
I can tell you the opposing teams here have said many times they like shooting this gym.
UNC at 38.2% from deep, 13 of 34. In, driving and scoring, Hammond. 11 points for Julian, tied at 87. And Baskin.
Miscommunication there between Yakimowski and Trevor Baskin. Yakimowski wanted to switch, Baskin did not. That led to that foul.
Third foul for Trevor.
You see Hammond on a nice drive here, finishes inside, and down here, Colorado, like-sized players usually will switch, Baskin and Yakimowski, but Baskin was miscommunicated and ended up fouling.
That was the first free throw of the night for the Australian Jaron Reilly, the graduate student from Sydney. Hit the first and bounced out the second, and Humer has the offensive rebound on the free throw miss.
That cannot happen. If you're trying to win a game, you cannot give up an offensive rebound on a free throw.
William Humer, 21, hadn't played until the second OT. He is from Sweden, attended San Jose State. Hawthorne, too strong, whistle. No whistle. That was the start of the shot clock, actually. The buzzer just started to go and reset because of the iron contact on the 3 try. Now there's a whistle on this end.
Baskin had a mismatch and tried to post up against number 11, Block, and Block committed the foul. Oh, it wasn't Block, it was Homer.
A shoeless William Humer, who somebody threw his shoe back down to him after the whistle. He was playing on 1 tire. Baskin to the free throw line. He's 3 of 7 at the stripe, making 4 of 8. He needed that one. Good shot from Baskin. He's got 8 boards and 7 points in 25 minutes, Trevor Baskin.
Sees Joke come back in for Elijah Malone again. Every chance they get, they're going to do that defensive substitution.
Trevor talking to Mark Johnson. Said he just wants to do anything he can for this team and this program, and he does what was needed there. 2 free throws at an important moment with 1:01 to go. Second OT. Buffs up by 1. 2 timeouts available for Colorado. 1 timeout for UNC. Possession arrow favors Northern Colorado. Really drives and got into some traffic and lost it. Smith spins past the timeline, and the Buffs have it into the forecourt.
Pretty, kind of threw that pass up for grabs there. Good thing Yakomowski went up and got it.
Yeah, rainbow cross court after he had just made it across and threw a bunch of defensive traffic. 40 seconds left. Timeout for CU.
You see Riley here beats, again, a miscommunication on the non-switch, but good help. Ruffin got a deflection there. Sometimes just a fingertip on a ball is the difference in to get a defensive stop.
All night when Jaron Reilly has gone toward the basket, he typically does not really want to finish. He'll drive, try to create some kind of dish back out. And that drive, the Buffs just focused in on the basketball, knowing it probably wasn't going up toward a shot. Nice work understanding how Reilly's been playing this game. Nobody there to help him. It should have been somebody cutting toward him. I think Reilly could have had a pretty easy drop-off.
Yeah, and Reilly might have had a better chance just to go for a layup for himself, but you're right. He was looking to pass instead. Colorado now just got to take care of the ball and make your free throws.
40 seconds remaining in the second OT. Clock fires up. Buffs have 15 to shoot, leading by 1. About an 18-second differential. Shot clock to game clock. Ruffin, 3 to shoot. Short, and Baskin has the board. 9th rebound for Trevor. There's the foul. If they get Reilly, that'll be the end of it for number 9. And tip of the cap.
And Reilly wasn't trying to foul there. He's actually arguing to foul, but you would think with that many seconds left, he might have been trying to commit foul, but he was not.
Well, Block was there, number 11. He only has 1 foul. They all wanted that foul to go against Zach Block, but tip of the cap to Jaron Reilly. He just fouled out. But, man, he played a great game. Played all 20 minutes in the first half. He's got 47 minutes logged tonight, 16 points.
And as a 6'2" or 6'3" guard, 8 rebounds and 7 assists as well.
Yeah, good night. Now,
at that, you just saw Julian Hammond was stepping away from the line there. He did not finish the shot. He was walking away. That's why he missed that shot.
Yeah, good point. He was back up at the top of the key when that shot made contact. Stays in this one better, and the Buffs are up by 2.
UNC burns their last timeout.
That'll be it for the Bears. No more timeouts. CU has 1 timeout remaining. Julian Hammond on the second free throw conversion takes himself to, is it a dozen points?
So what UNC wants to do here is getting something, attacking the basket, and if the help comes, then you can get a kick out for a 3. But I assume they'll try to get something where they can either get a foul call or get something going toward the basket. In Colorado, you just don't want to foul here, but you do not want to give up a 3, obviously, either.
Your point about Hammond stepping away from the line. It's been a long game, maybe some fatigue setting in. He's 8 of 10 from the stripe tonight. He's been fantastic.
And Colorado as a team, 31 out of 41, 76%.
Yeah, 31 of their 90 points from the free throw line. Buffs still a +11 in rebounding. Like to get one here on a miss by the Bears. 10 seconds to go. UNC down by 2. Are they going to hold for a final 3 to try to win it? McCreary's hit a lot of them. Didn't hit that one. And is there a foul on the rebound? Body flying down, smashing to the ground. It was Luka Kolcheg. And no whistle. Kolcheg making the effort. And shot missed by McCreary.
He had a pretty good look, though, Thad. McCreary.
Yeah. And the way he's been going, I thought it was going down.
Yeah.
It was online. 0.1 left on the clock. Inbound here for Andre Yakomovsky. 90-88, looking for Tad Boyle's 300th win at CU. And there it is. Woo. sigh of relief from Tad Boyle. He gets number 300 in his coaching career in Boulder. It's an overtime, double overtime, 2-point win for the Buffs.